Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, scene of the 2024 version of Nashua's Battle of the Bridge, South versus North in a variety of fall sports. Hello, I'm John Collins, along with Tom King. Fall has fell, Tom. It's got that feel in the air, 40s tonight.
Do you know how much variety there is? Do you know what has been added to that was in the list of Battle of the Bridge sports?
Golf?
Well, that's always been there. Bass fishing.
What?
Bass fishing. It's a sport. It's an NHIAA sport.
When are we going to cover it on Nashua ETV?
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get one of those tubes for you to go out on the lake. Just kind of waddle out.
Oh, from
there.
underneath?
Yeah, you can just sit in there and waddle out.
Does Pete Johnson know about this expense?
Yeah, I don't know.
The submersible.
I know it exactly.
We already got the Thomas Strader. Now we got to get the submersible.
Either that, or we got a sub. We get a sub, not the kind you eat.
I think you've got Alfred on the Batcave syndrome or something. You always need new gadgets.
I know it. Well, Pete Johnson's Mr. Gadget. Come on.
Oh, he is.
Right.
Yeah.
Field hockey, John.
Field hockey.
A sport that
Monday night field hockey.
A sport that has struggled in this city for the last 10 years. Overall.
Yeah.
North had a good team back in the middle in 2015, 16. They had some athletes that had a good team. South has had a couple of years where they've been decent, 500 or so. This year it's been a struggle. One win between the two of them, and Nashua North still hasn't gotten a goal. They have struggled, and the problem is feeder systems. Not a lot of kids are playing the sport in the city, and so you grab what you have and run with it.
Can you talk about the coaches and what they have?
Well, I mean, I think
brings
that
up to the table.
I think that both coaches are. I mean, we already know Kiki McIntyre. She's coaches lacrosse and field hockey, and this is just one of her down years. I mean, I think she had a better team last year in terms of results. But some of the names are the same for South, John. Maren Lowell, Katrina O'Donnell. These are names that we've seen in basketball, and also in lacrosse. So this is kind of the same type of deal.
So a lot of these kids, they have to explain the rules. They've never played before.
That's just it. It's such a precision sport with the rules. Only left side, the angle of the stick, the whistle keeps blowing, and
what you can do and what you can't
do, and everything else. So it's got to be, it's got to be something that they know. Now we've had some good games in this. South has pretty much dominated it, but one of the games was great a few years ago, where Nashua South won in overtime, and the overtime in field hockey it's 7-on-7.
It is 7-on-7,
right,
including the goalie, right? So 6 field players.
Right, 6 field players. And
10 minutes.
Yeah, and usually somebody scores.
They call it sudden victory instead of sudden death, which is kind of cute.
Yeah, well, I'm traditional, John. I call it sudden death. That's what
look at the dark side. Yes, sudden death. Yes,
the dark side. Yeah, I'm Mr. Dark Side when it comes to sports. So, but this is going to be a situation where I think both go. I love the best scenario for us and for our viewing audience to see would be North getting a goal, because I think that this will be still close. If they can get it a little bit of offense, it'll be even closer, and they could have a chance. They just need to score.
Yeah, I think DraftKings has the North goal a plus 1,500 bet today, because they haven't scored yet this season.
Right, exactly.
They are over. So hopefully that would be an exciting moment, actually.
I
hope to see it.
It would, So we'll see.
If North can get a goal. These two teams are bottom of the standings, to be clear, as Tom was pointing out, but they could be competitive against each other in this one.
I think so, although I think South is a little bit more polished than North may be.
Sure, yeah. And then they do have a win under their belt. South had a 2-0 victory over Portsmouth.
Right. So
they have tasted the winner's circle.
I saw South last week.
With Bishop Girton?
With Bishop Girton in the SAG. I came and just for a couple of photos. I did not stay for the whole game. I was here for the second half.
As lopsided as 8-0? Was it really not close?
Yeah, it wasn't that close. I mean, but the difference in that game, South possessed the ball a little bit, and they had some pressure. but they couldn't score. BG would just go down once and score.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was that kind of a game.
Did South have any penalty corners?
Yes, they did. Yep.
Wow, okay.
So
Weren't able to convert.
Right. And for those of you who don't know, penalty corners are, with a whistle infraction in the box. They're not penalty shots. They're infraction in that yellow area that's drawn around. And the offense has to back up and be out of the play, and the defense usually puts on masks and lines up along the goal, and there's a shooter with the offense lined up as well, and someone passes the ball from behind the goal out, and it's supposed to create a very decent scoring chance, and often it does.
Tom, Mary Navarrete is the goaltender. I hope I have that pronunciation right. She's number 50 for South to our left.
Yeah, she's played pretty well. She's had as many as 19 saves in a game this year.
Wow.
So they've had their players stand out. It's just tough. Field hockey, it's tough to establish a program, but they're doing the best they can to do it. You look at the numbers. I mean, there aren't big benches on either side. So, although South's got 7 on the bench and North has 6, so that's not too bad. And it's not oppressively hot, so fatigue should not be a factor. And these kids really get excited for it.
Absolutely.
All right, John, down I'll go.
Tom King, hurry back. The Howard Cosell of Monday Night Field Hockey. Tom King will rejoin us shortly as the Panthers had the opening face-off, I would imagine, because they were designated as the visiting team, but the Titans stole it away immediately. Now the Panthers are back on the attack with possession in the offensive end. Similar to soccer, you have 10 players in the field and a goalie on each side, so 11 total, as South makes their way deep into Titan territory. 15-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school girls field hockey. Dylan Smith is our cameraman today. We are live, if you're watching this, after 6 p.m. on Monday, September 23rd of 2024, as the Battle of the Bridge gets underway on Nashua ETV. We'll also have soccer and football coming up this week, if not some volleyball mixed in. I'm not sure exactly of the schedule, but Pete Johnson, our executive producer extraordinaire, will have all of the action that we can possibly cover on Nashua ETV. There's a whistle, which will be frequent in girls field hockey. One of the things that offenses angle for is to gain penalty corners, an advantage that would set up what is basically a set play, as in the corner kicks for soccer, and that is where a lot of goal-scoring opportunities arise from. So the Panthers on the attack. Number 13, Marguerite Schmidt, shovels it on ahead. Keegan Dolan, number 14, is in tight. The turnaround, Sage Devins was in tight. And we have, I believe, the game's first penalty corner awarded to the Panthers. So a goal-scoring opportunity here. You'll note that the goal frame is crowded with defenders as this begins. And setting up the penalty corner with ball in hand, it looks like, will be Sage Devins. And she's going to try to feed it out in front, possibly for a one-timer to one of her goal-scoring teammates in the slot, or the high slot. You have to score from within the 16-yard semicircle, or it doesn't count, actually. You could score from distance, and they will wipe it off, because that is the field hockey rules. You have to be within 16 yards of the goal when you launch the shot. The Titans doing a good job of intercepting the ball, and actually they drew the foul against the Panthers. So there was no shot on goal out of that penalty corner, something that the Panthers will need to work on. Some of the better teams in New Hampshire, and Division I especially, are able to get a shot on goal just about every time they get one of those awarded. A takeaway by the Panthers is ruled an illegal hit, and a clean takeaway this time has South back on the attack. We've played almost 4 minutes of the first quarter, and South has dominated the scoring chances so far, or at least the time of possession deep in their opponent's zone. The Titans have yet to venture really past midfield with the ball. And that's going to be a problem for them, of course, if they're going to ever get that first goal of the season. It has eluded them through 7 games so far. There's a kick save. Maya Zabolis in goal for the Titans. Right foot save as she repelled that shot. It was the best scoring chance of the game so far, coming just about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Stick handling through traffic is Karina O'Donnell. And she shovels it on ahead. The turnaround shot is blocked by the Titan defense. Good play by the team in the dark blue. I want to put it in the order early for bigger numbers on the front of the jerseys for the Titans. And for the Panthers next year, I think the Panthers only have their numbers. Well, they do have them on the front also, I suppose, but they're much smaller than on the back. There's a body check right there, and that is called an infraction against the Titans. It's not allowed. Physical body checking a la ice hockey in the boys' games. So this is going to be another penalty corner for South. Let's see if they can develop a shot on goal out of it. The designated starter for these penalty corners has been Sage Devens, number 11. She is a senior, class of 2025. As she passes it to the wing, that comes back to the middle, and you can see the Titans defenders descending from midfield to join the play. So time of the essence when you have one of those penalty corners to maybe make a couple of quick passes and get a shot away quickly, and South unable to do that. So the Titans will try to clear. Number 5 for North is Leah Flannery. She's had a lot of touches on defense from her spot just to the right post area of the goal, or left as we look at it. Nice steal by the Titans. Stick handling through traffic is Molly Ducharme. Molly, good job pushing it on ahead, guiding it near wing. This is the best penetration that North has had so far in the game, and an excellent pass by Molly Ducharme. Lead pass into the middle, and a body check. Caitlin Monroe was in a spot where she could have shot the ball on goal, but she was bodied up by one of the defenders for the Panthers. And so the Titans very quickly, thanks to the heroic single effort by Molly Ducharme to get the ball from well in her own zone all the way past midfield and up to Caitlin Monroe, developed this penalty corner for the Titans and a chance to score first in this game. Wouldn't that be remarkable? Slow pass, and it gets back finally to Madeline Dratch. Madeline trying to get a shot away, but the Panthers are too quick on defense, and they clear it smartly toward midfield. Contested loose ball collected now by Molly Ducharme, showing her great hand-eye coordination with that stick in traffic. She's able to move it forward consistently. Good player for the Titans to get a lot of touches in this field hockey match today. Number 1 in the dark blue, Molly Ducharme, a player to keep an eye on. 7.5 minutes to go first quarter. We're halfway through the first frame. 60 minutes total in girls field hockey. If it goes to overtime, it'll be 10 minutes of sudden victory, as the league calls it, or sudden death, as Tom King calls it. But it means the same. Any first goal is the winner. And if it doesn't get scored, if they go 10 minutes with no goal, it's declared a tie officially in the regular season. Molly Ducharme again making progress. Scoops it on ahead through everyone. It goes through the back line, and that will be Panther ball. Unlike in lacrosse, say, where if you have a offensive zone player in deep and you shoot it toward the goal and it goes out of bounds, the closest player to where the ball goes out retains possession, which is sort of unlike a lot of sports. Basketball, And, you know, the list goes on, but in field hockey, it's just out of bounds, like basketball, not like lacrosse. Here comes the Titans. Good turnaround there, but intercepting at midfield for a moment was Molly Mullaney, and that slowed the Titans' rush, would-be rush. Shoveling it on ahead was Brooke Berger, number 4, as she does battle with Molly Ducharme. Molly gets the best of that again. Molly Ducharme coming away with splits 2 defenders and a centering pass, hoping to connect with Alexa Farrell, but too far ahead. Alexa now steals it away, though. Alexa Farrell with it, looking for an opening in the defense, taken away, but too much body contact. Heard one of the fans in the stands here at Stellos cheering for Alexa Farrell. The Titans lose possession, though, to Karina O'Donnell and the Panthers. So they go out of bounds on the far side. So there's multiple lines over there. The players obviously know which one is which to track field hockey, and you can see it's a dark blue line just outside the football sideline, one of the closer lines to the field that demarcates the dimensions of the field hockey grid. New Hampshire Division I contains about 18 teams, and right at the top of the standings, the Keene Blackbirds, 7-0, and 5 of those victories over teams that are pretty good. They have winning records, all of them. Those 5 out of the 7. One of them is just under 5. And there's a shot and goal and a kick save. Maya Zabolis. What a tremendous point-blank chance for Brooke Berger and the Panthers as that ball came through all kinds of traffic. Brooke Berger was standing by herself in the low slot, and she got a quality shot on goal there, but Maya Zabolis made it look easy as she kicked it aside. So 2 pretty good shots on goal for the Panthers to none for the Titans so far through the first 11 minutes. Now the Titans able to answer back. There's another nice move by a Titans, Molly Ducharme. She's had a bunch of highlight moves through traffic in this game trying to set up her teammates, but the triple team proved to be too much as the Panthers finally took it away. Brooke Berger slides it up the sideline to Sophia Forti. Sophia got bodied up by Titans player. I guess they called the physicality against the Panthers because the Titans have it. Leah Flannery shovels it on ahead. Molly Ducharme in a group of white jerseys over there is able to shovel it on ahead. Good pass to Anna Foley. Anna Foley trying to cut it inside to Addison Monroe. She is stopped by Emily Richard, 28 on defense in the white jersey for South, but Emily got called for an infraction, and so it is a restart for the Titans just outside the circle, it looks like. They have to go inside that circle to launch a shot on goal to have it count on the scoreboard. There's a good pass in the middle, and what do we have? We have a clattering of sticks and a penalty corner against South. Another scoring opportunity for the Titans in a 0-0 game. You get the feeling here in the first quarter that every goal will be monumental in this thing. It could even be a 1-0 type of game if we do get it. Scoring chances are few and far between here in the first quarter. The Titans had trouble getting a shot on goal in their first penalty corner of the game. See what happens here as they scoop it in the middle. It's received. Hacked at by Ducharme. She is able to control it. She's in deep. The shot. Save is made by Murray Navarrete. What a great save by the Panthers goaltender. The first time that she's really tested, she was right there. And no goal for the Titans. That was a brilliant chance for Molly Ducharme. Of her own making. She had to go through a lot of defenders to get to that point to take the shot. There's a stick pass ahead to would be a teammate over there. It's out of bounds, I guess, off of the Panthers. So on the restart, the Titans will have it, trying to come back out of their own end. Panthers sure got the ball downfield quickly after that missed shot by Molly Ducharme. to go back on offense. Titans have done a good job, though, in the last several minutes of this first quarter getting the ball out of their own zone. And it's largely been the work of number 1 in your picture frame there in the blue, Molly Ducharme, has got the ball now. Shown an ability to go like 50 yards at a time with it. And now she has to just try for a shot on ahead as she got double teamed immediately, got cornered on the sideline. It is Panther ball as that one went out of bounds. Number 19 is Molly Mullaney, and she will be allowed to inbound it a lot closer to the goal than she initially thought. Molly looking for a teammate to pass to. Goes right through the wickets of Molly Ducharme. That was a nifty pass. Kind of fanning on the attempted centering pass, Brooke Berger. Stepping over the opponent was Addison Monroe. Addison trying to get past Karina O'Donnell, but Karina wins the battle and passes it on ahead. It was a little bit of a high hit. She got whistled for that. Molly Ducharme trying to go down the sideline through a phalanx of white jerseys before she stopped. Went out of bounds off of who? It went out off of the Titans, they say. Molly's going to have to take a break. We're at the end of the first quarter. Everybody gets to take a break, as you heard the horn sound. So 15 minutes in the books. Both goaltenders were called upon to make quality saves. The last one there by South's Murray Navarrete, and it was not easy as Molly Ducharme, the star of the first quarter for the Titans, was able to put a tester on her from about less than 10 feet away. It was close. And then on the other side, 2 kick saves by Maya Zabolis. So we have played 15 with 45 minutes to go. Question still remains if we will see a goal in this one, but judging by the past scores for the Panthers, they have an ability to break through. They have that one win against Portsmouth 2-0. And if I could read the other ones, I think they've had 6 goals on the season to none for the Titans. We'll ask Tom King if he got a photograph of any of those great saves we saw in the quarter, number 1. So according to the standings of girls field hockey in Division 1, you had, as we said, Keene and Exeter up at the top. Exeter's got the 1 loss to Keene in quite the game to open the season for those two teams. Exeter's run the table since. They've won 7 in a row since losing on August 30th at Keene 3-2. What a match that must have been. And then Exeter just went bonkers with the wins. They will be playing, Exeter will be playing Bishop Girton on October 9th. That's something I'm sure BG's got a lot of tough opponents in their schedule, but BG is playing at Merrimack. They started a couple hours ago at Merrimack, actually, BG. That game's probably done. Merrimack was, let's see, only 1-6 before that game started. So BG definitely was favored this afternoon up the road. But checking the South scores so far this season in field hockey, they have been shut out 3 of the 7 games. But in those other 4 games, they have scored 6 goals, including the 2-0 victory over Portsmouth on September 9. They ran into Bishop Girton here on the 18th, 5 days ago, in a 6-0 loss. They played well, but not well enough, obviously, to make it close. BG does have a lot of big scores. 6-0 wasn't their biggest win. They were up, they won over North 8-0. Actually, they played North and South back to back. 8-0 and 6-0. So South has notched goals in this season. North looking for their first with the play that we saw in the first quarter, especially from Molly Ducharme, it is a surprise to me that they haven't potted at least one so far through the first 7 games. One may be all it takes here. Let's see. And certainly Molly Ducharme getting a lot of touches. It's more and more possible as she passes it on ahead. I believe that's Addison Monroe. Is it number 6? Reaching for it, but it's stolen away by the Panthers. Goes out of bounds, however. No, that is number 12, Alexa Farrell. Inbounding it for the Titans will be Madeline Dratch, number 11. Looking for a way to scoop it ahead to a teammate. Molly intercepted that to Caitlin Monroe. Monroe passes it on up to Anna Foley, who drew a infraction against the Panthers' defense. Molly Ducharme trying to work it over to a teammate on the wing, but intercepted by the Panthers' high-line defense. And South is off to the races. Number 4 is Brooke Berger. Broken up, though, by number 10, Julia Saucier, at the midfield mark. And the Titans are back on the attack. Stolen away. Emily Richard. Stalwart on defense for the Titans. The Panthers, if the Titans want to score, they usually have to go through Emily Richard, number 28. Backing up her teammates up front. Titans benefit from that whistle. That pass goes right through, though, all the way to a Panther opponent. And South is back on the attack as they go far side. Karina O'Donnell is number 5, and ball gets away from her, out of bounds. Titan ball. We are into the second quarter. 12:40 to go in the first half. No score here, Stellos, Battle of the Bridge. Live on Nashua ETV on Monday, September 23rd. It's Monday night field hockey. John Collins along with Tom King and our cameraman Dylan Smith. Cross midfield we go, and the Titans again threatening. They look goal scorer-ish as they come down deep. Here's Alexa Farrell, almost got a shot away. She charged about 50 yards, it felt like, with her teammates. Unchecked. They gained a lot of ground quickly there to try to set up a shot, and they will have a penalty corner here, thanks to the determined work on offense by especially Molly Ducharme, and that time Alexa Farrell gaining a lot of ground quickly. That elusive first goal of the season. Will this be it? Will you see it live on Nashua ETV? Very possibly. If Alexa Farrell can play this one smartly for maybe a one-timer. Here's Molly Ducharme, best player with the ball in her stick, and the shot is deflected up in the air. It will be Panther ball, according to the official. Emily Richard will play it. Shoots it up the sideline, but out of bounds. And so the Titans will collect, and they have a chance to go right back on the attack. So in the first few minutes of this game, it looked like South, as they had the domination scoreboard-wise. They had 6 goals to none so far this season for the Titans. It looked like they might be, keeping North in their own end for the rest of the match, and that has not been the case. About halfway through that first quarter, the ball found its way to Molly Ducharme, and she has had her team and her teammates on the attack ever since, it feels like. It's been South back on their heels since midway through the first quarter. Great save was made by Miri Navarrete, who was in goal for South. 2 hours left. I'm sure they'll switch sides in the second half. 2 kick saves by Maya Zabolis. Meantime, for the Titans, the goal to our right has kept this one scoreless. 10:20 to go first half. Intercepted. South scooping it toward the low slot. Chance to score off the corner and in. A defensive lapse that time by the Titans allows the Panthers to score, and a very opportunistic shot. It was actually a screen shot. Maya Zabolis never saw it. The player with the ball in her hand jogging to the center stripe. Now she puts it down. Number 11 for the Panthers with the goal. Sage Devens was left by herself down deep with the ball, and she turned around and just slid it very slowly towards the far corner, and Maya Zabolis never really had a chance to even see it. It was a low velocity shot that just trickled inside the far post as we look at the net, and it went in. So it's 1-0. That is a monumental goal when you consider that North has not yet scored this season. They need to score that season highlight goal just to get back in the game and tie this up. So it won't be easy. Meanwhile, the Panthers are hoping to double up on the score. Their previous win was by a score of 2-0, and they've got designs on making it another 2-0 win here, I'm sure. Molly Ducharme slides it on ahead. Whiffing on the pass that time was Madeline Dratch. And the Panthers push it over toward the sideline where Molly Ducharme collects. She's able to poke it away from Karina O'Donnell only for a second. Karina passing it across, meant for Sage Devens. It's a foot race for the ball, far sideline. The Panthers win it. But the Titans intercept the pass up the sideline and back on the attack on the offensive zone. Emily Richard intercepts as she's stick checked by Anna Foley. You got to minimize the stick checking and the hacking, because that is an infraction that'll be called, and it's a tricky business trying to steal the ball away without clashing sticks. But sometimes you see some of the best hand-eye players do that, and they can lead to big chances. Tom King, it was just a kind of an ugly goal for Sage Devens, but she'll take it. It was a low-velocity shot that found its way into the corner.
She'll take it. But I'll tell you what, North is putting enough pressure on with their possessions that it's almost a miracle they haven't scored.
It is.
Molly Ducharme is really...
She's the key.
She is. She's it.
She flipped a switch somewhere halfway through the first quarter. It looked like they were going to be pinned in their own end all game, and then no, it went the other way.
And had me going up and down.
Oh, right. Did you get that big save?
I was down the other side.
Oh, boy, yeah.
I got the save. Zabolis made a big save.
They both had quality saves.
Right.
Right, so.
Yeah, North does have a shot or two.
That's a big pitch, Tom.
Yeah.
It's hard to decide sometimes. Yeah, and that was surprising, that shift in momentum there in favor of North getting those chances.
Ducharme, yeah. It's all her.
It was.
And then her teammates, it sparked them, and then they all got into it.
There's a shot through. It's deflected. It's stopped by Maya, and she's trying to kick it away, but it's still loose.
Still loose, another goal.
It is another goal, 2-0. Keegan Dolan. Sage Devens got the first one. Keegan Dolan. I was going to say backhanded. Now, she turned the stick to make it legal, right?
Right.
So she got the front on it, even though she backhanded. Here's the replay of the goal.
Well, here you see her. Number 14, right there.
Just kind of in the right spot.
Right there. There it is. And then look at that. Backhander through, and poor Maya Zabolis was just helpless.
Yeah. Once she stopped that ball with her foot, she needed one of the defenders to come over and just clear it out of the danger zone, and nobody did. And then it was on the stick of Keegan Dolan. She knew just what to do with it. Went to that same far corner of the net where Sage Devens scored.
2 goals about 3 minutes apart, just under 3 minutes apart.
Yeah.
And Nashua South now has a commanding, in this sport, 2-0 lead.
Sure. I mean, would have been a season highlight goal for North to score that first one. Now they can't just settle for one.
Right.
They want to tie this up.
Exactly.
Frustrating after the chances that they did have to get the game's first goal. But also, they got to be encouraged by that a little bit. Here's a good steal by Madeline Dratch. Madeline trying to push it down the sideline. It goes out of bounds off of a Panther stick. And so, looks like the Titans will have, that's a deflection. So the Titans will have the inbound from Madeline Dratch.
North has gotten so caught up in their rushes that they got caught defensively shorthanded down on the other end for that second goal.
Absolutely, yeah. They were
caught. I mean, it was
kind of gambling
it was
downfield.
It was 3-on-1.
Weakened down on the defensive end, and South took advantage twice. So we have a penalty, I guess, being called against South.
Gene O'Brien, former longtime field hockey coach in Milford. She's been a referee for ages now.
So Sophia Forti officially on the penalty bench as she joins the official score down there. So we should be counting 9 players for South on defense right now. Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 out there.
There is 10 out there. I don't know what that was, but they made Sophia come off for a moment.
I didn't see a card, did you?
No, it was some other thing.
Might have been
equipment problem.
Yeah, it might have been equipment.
Maybe a mouthpiece.
They allow what's interesting now is, and Pete probably knows some of this too. Pete Johnson, our executive producer, they allow jewelry more now with these kids. They used to have to take it all off. Now they can wear some of it.
Thought I read in the rules something about goggles used to be required and now they're not. Is that it?
Yeah. And they still, you see them put the masks on on defense for penalty corners because the ball might go in the air a little bit.
Right.
So, and they allow the ball in the air a lot more than they used to.
I noticed, including on the
It's
goal
been the
we
last
just saw.
5 or 6 years that I've seen it this way.
Yeah.
I've done one game already this year. I was here for a little bit of the South BG game, but I saw BG and Bedford play a very good game. Bedford got 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the game to beat Bishop Curtin.
Tell you what, Johnny Busick wouldn't have liked field hockey, picking the top corner.
No. No.
Yes,
but when
when
it's well played, you can get a real good game. I mean, there's some good teams in the area. Hollisbrook, Line, Sauhegan in Division 2 locally, and then basically it's Bishop Curtin in Division 1. They're the best, local team in Division 1.
Right.
So Alvern does not have the sport.
Ball trickles through all the way through the back line.
So it was the 2 Nashua in Division 1. It's the 2 Nashuas, Merrimack and BG.
Right.
Merrimack used to be good. They've kind of fallen away. Their longtime coach retired, and so they've kind of missed a few players, and Chain isn't producing what it used to.
Molly Ducharme with another nice steal, setting up teammate Alexa Farrell in the corner. Panthers defense pounces, though.
Look at the student crowd. It's the biggest crowd that either of these teams have played in front of this year.
Sure, right? It's pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's vocal.
No doubt about it.
Out of bounds off of the Titans, so the Panthers advancing with just under 4 minutes to go in the first half and nursing a 2-0 lead at the moment. Considering South hasn't scored, now that's going to get whistled because it went right off a player.
I've gotten nailed with one of these before.
Yeah,
right
they have some heft to them, do they not?
It's like a lacrosse ball.
Yeah.
Right in the shin.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Big bruise.
I didn't look. I can handle the
I
bruise.
do that too.
I can handle the bruise. It's the pain I worry about.
Yeah. Couldn't get out of the way, huh?
No, it was
like the base umpire getting hit
I
with a
think
line
I
drive.
went to try to kick it, and it bounced up and nailed me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bouncing back to her feet, Alexa Farrell.
I'll tell you, South. But let's
Madeline Dratch. Will this be the first goal opportunity?
That's just it.
Ooh, that might be a penalty corner.
Yeah, they've had about 5 or 6.
They have.
All right, let's be honest about this. If you're looking at sustained possession and pressure, North has got the edge.
Time of it, yeah,
and
sure.
South, other than that pressure they had early in the game, their goals have been one time down and in, and then, okay, let's get out of here, right?
Yes.
So
kind of just defensive lapses
that
in front.
ever since the end of the first quarter, it's been basically, fast breaks and goals, and then and 2 goals, and then that's it. No sustained pressure, really, by South over that period of time. So North's got to practice the penalty corners, John.
Sure they do. And South needs to work on it too, just to get a shot on goal.
Yeah, they're not taking advantage of the opportunities that they've had.
You know from watching BG, the better teams, they get a shot on goal most times.
They'll get a shot on goal or at least get the ball down low where it's going to be pressure.
I feel like the shooter, the recipient of the initial pass, not getting close enough. I don't know if the rules allow.
They're far out.
I don't know. I think the rules allow them to get closer from watching the BG girls.
I'll talk to Kat there, Coach.
There's a shot by Molly off the post.
Oh, did it hit the post?
I believe it got past her and hit the post.
Wow, who took that shot?
It was Molly Ducharme, who nearly had the first goal of the game for the Titans.
With about a minute 40 to go. I wonder if we could see that again with this. Maybe just right. It's a minute 22, so let's keep it here, and then we'll see the replay at it towards the end of the half. I've got to go down at halftime and talk with Chad Zabolis, the North football coach. Here it is right here. We'll show it.
Far sideline, the Panthers trying to do that counter thing again where they pick up a quick snipe and goal and are not able to do it this time because hustling all the way back, Molly Ducharme, and boy, you got to hope that she has enough stamina to keep that pace up for the second half.
In the Battle of the Bridge, I don't think fatigue is going to be a factor. It's cool down there too, John.
And you get the halftime rest coming up in 30 seconds.
Right.
Will the Titans be able to score first? Time's a factor now as they slide it in. The Panthers have it for the moment. Can they clear it? 25 seconds. Up the sidelines, the Titans intercept, back on the attack. Molly Ducharme's in the middle. They can't get her the ball, though. Is intercepted by Karina O'Donnell. Karina with a nice pass up the sideline. That's going to relieve the pressure.
And you probably think there's a little complacency with South because of the fact they're up 2-0.
Yeah, I think they'll be glad to go into halftime here and catch their breath.
Against a team that has not scored. So when we come out just before the half, let's do that replay. I've got to go down to the field first.
We will do that. The near first goal of the season by Molly Ducharme. We'll get a second look at it, hopefully, here on Nashua ETV. John Collins along with Tom King and our cameraman Dylan Smith. We're at halftime of an exciting field hockey match to kick off our Battle of the Bridge coverage. Stay with us on Nashua ETV. Welcome back to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. Battle of the Bridge girls field hockey. It's Monday night field hockey on a nice cool fall evening, September 23rd of 2024. If you're seeing us just after 6 o'clock on this date, you are watching it live. John Collins along with Tom King. We had an exciting first quarter that was marked by some near misses by the North Titans in trying to score their first goal of the season. As we look in on the Panthers, they lead this one 2-0 through the first 30 minutes of action. Goals by Keegan Dolan and Sage Devins, who both got position right in front of Maya Zabolis, the Titans goaltender, and just the ball rolled on their stick, and they kind of did turnaround shots immediately to the far corner of the net that Maya wasn't really able to get a good view of because of so many bodies in the crease all around her. So well-placed shots by both Sage Devins and Keegan Dolan on a counterattack of what was a almost relentless Titans offensive zone possession from the middle of the first quarter to through much of the second quarter. And the closest that the Titans came to scoring was a shot from about 15 yards out. This might be it right here. This is a legal shot, and you can see all the way off the post, off the frame. What a tremendous shot and chance for the Titans right there. That would have been their first goal of the season here in game number 8. You can imagine the celebration that would have ensued if that shot was, say, even 3 inches to the left of where it struck the wooden frame. Oh, that close, and a great chance by Molly Ducharme. And I'll say it again after watching this first half and Molly play with her teammates, number one in the dark blue. I cannot really understand how they don't have a goal yet. I mean, it's just quality hand-eye coordination. That ball goes all the way in on the Titans goaltender. Myers, the ball's forced to make a kick save immediately, and it's going to be a penalty corner for the Panthers. So right out of the halftime break, the Panthers take possession and they go right down the field and set up a scoring chance. So the halftime talking to, they must have got them to think more offensively and less going back on their heels. So a chance now for the Panthers. As the centering pass by Sage Devens finds its way all the way up to the top. Emily Richard trying to get a shot away. The Titans defense takes it, and now the South has it off the side of the goal and out of bounds. So that is going to be Titans ball coming out of their own end. The Panthers did get a shot away, but it was not a shot on goal. It was off to the right. A fresh 15 minutes went up on the scoreboard here to begin the third quarter. In their dreams, of course, the Titans come back and score 2 goals and tie this thing up and give us our first look at the rules of girls field hockey overtime. In case of, let's say, a 2-2 tie at the end of regulation, they would have 7-on-7. That's 2 goaltenders and 6 field players do battle for 10 minutes exactly. If no goal is scored, it'll end in a tie. If a goal is scored, it'll be called sudden victory for the goal-scoring team. But that's getting way ahead of ourselves. It's assuming that not only does North score their first 2 goals of the season, but also that they held the Panthers scoreless through the next 30 minutes. That's not going to be easy. Though the Titans did show flashes of making it possible by all the offensive zone possession time that they had in the first half. So the restart here as the official tries to instruct the Titans about where to take the ball away from. That shot/pass by the Panthers goes all the way over the back line, so the Titans will have a chance to come out of their own end. Ever since the opening face-off here in the second half, we've been looking to our left where the Panthers have been on the attack to begin things. Titans need to shift the field, and that usually means getting the ball in the hands of Molly Ducharme if they can. I don't believe we've called Molly's name yet as we've begun the second half here. Titans with it now as they work their way towards the goal on the right. Good work on the far sideline. Now the Panthers intercept, and it's a penalty. Or it's an infraction. Restart favors the Titans as the ball goes over the end line. Restart for North. Temperature expected to drop into the 40s tonight. Not quite there yet, but fall is fell for sure. Molly Ducharme with the touch as she shot it on up to Anna Foley. Anna had it taken away from her, though, by the Panthers' defense. Teams trading possessions at midfield. Good push on ahead there by Zoa Neufeld. Zoa was able to set up Alexa Farrell. Alexa tried a centering pass. Panthers defenders were there. The clearing pass doesn't work, and we have a infraction against the Panthers. So Titans stay on the attack. Good steal by South. Stolen back by Molly Ducharme. She's done that so many times so far, taking the ball away in traffic and gaining ground. Good centering pass by Molly Ducharme. Can the Titans get a shot away? Went through about 3 sticks before the whistle blew, and the infraction goes against the Panthers. So it's going to be a penalty corner for North. They would love to capitalize here and cut the lead in half in the third quarter if they can. They'll give them much more time to get an equalizer. But again, that's asking for a lot for a team that has not yet scored through the first 7 games. Trying to solve the puzzle of a penalty corner, how to get a shot on goal and put it in. Molly Ducharme's shot hits traffic, and it's going to be Panther ball. The shot ruled a dangerous one because it struck a defender. That's the conundrum for goal scorers in field hockey. You need to put something on it to get it past some people, including the goaltender, but usually that'll affect your accuracy to the point where you strike defenders accidentally with the shot, and it's immediately a turnover. Speaking of, Panthers turn it over to the Titans on the far sideline, and they give it right back. Out of bounds over the sideline. It'll be Panthers to knock in to play.
I hope I don't have to go up and down these stairs again.
You'll have to do it all week.
Had to grab Chad Zabolis when I could, but I couldn't find him.
Okay.
And then I got him right before the half ended. So sorry about that.
Coach Chad Zabolis, as his daughter made another save, and seconds into the second half, South went right down with it and put pressure on the Titans goaltender. So,
but again,
the North got another penalty corner they didn't do anything with.
Right. Again, it's all down here, and we're looking at North. But North has won the battle of possession.
Yeah.
You know? So in field hockey, possession's 9/10 of the law, but that 1/10 has really come to hurt the Titans.
Yeah, I think we have to insert the scoring battle of the bridge in there to remind teams that it's not enough to win the time of possession battle. You need to put points on the board. South leading this one 2-0. John Collins with Tom King. Monday night field hockey.
Well, that'll be the case on Friday night football with the two teams, because North will try to have to get their offense in gear.
Yeah, they've had a rough start to the season, and
they lost 20.
South is on the shoe's on the other foot for South.
Right, and that's what I said to Chad Zabal. I said the shoe's on the other foot for the first time here in this rivalry in a while. So it's South's the odds-on favorite.
Sure. And here come the Panthers trying to add to their 2-0 lead.
And as Chad Zabola said, in a game like, here's a chance right here. In a game like this, even in a game like we're watching now with the North-South rivalry, you never know what to expect. So if you don't make it here on Friday night, tune in on Nashua ETV. And we'll be here for soccer tomorrow. And those will be very good games, John Collins.
And you notice Tom said those. Doubleheader.
Doubleheader. Boys and girls. Boys at 4, girls at 6.
Exciting. Two exciting games, we hope.
Yeah, well, you're going to have fun watching two players
with skills
play for Nashua North. Allie and Sarah Fry, the Fry twins.
Nice.
Yep.
So the Panthers back on the attack after intercepting the clearing pass by North. And that might be a penalty corner. Yeah. 2 infractions in a row there by the Titans.
Once you see everybody running to the middle of the field, John, you know that's what it's going to be.
So we have a close-up on the huddle of the South players right there, and we found that Sage Devins, number 11, who has one of the 2 goals. You see us trotting off to the left there. She is the designated penalty corner feeder. She's trying to set up a goal scorer in the middle. And here's what I mean by, it just seems like they have too much depth there, unless you have to stand on the outside. There's a good charge. But why not hit that player that's charging in from the center of the circle and shorten the distance?
You've got to pass it back out to the outside, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't just get somebody who's running in towards the goal. It's got to be set up from the outside. So
2 rapid passes would get you maybe a quick shot on goal.
The key of the penalty corner is how you set up right after it. Because you have the ball with possession and no defender around
space,
you. In space, so it's how you take care of it there. Get inside that circle and shoot. You can score.
South moving it around the perimeter, but Who else? Molly Ducharme with the steal and just lost the handle. She would have probably taken it all the way down. We have a whistle before the restart. What's the call? Got to do it out of bounds, apparently. Molly was inbounds trying to restart the play. And so she steps over the stripe. It's the dark blue one, I believe, closest to. She was just closer to the sideline.
The blue stripe is the sideline.
Yeah.
Even with the flag. Always look to the corner to where the flag is.
Oh, right.
I remember last year, and I didn't look, and in the semis against soccer semis, we're here at Stellos with North. I walked out of the field by accident.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Different widths for different sports.
Exactly.
So South back on the attack again. Number 5 is Karina O'Donnell. She's had a lot of quality touches in this one.
John, when we get to soccer tomorrow, Nashua South has lost 2 straight 1-0 games.
Ooh, good defense.
Here at Stellos.
Not enough offense.
Here at Stellos.
Here at Stellos.
Yep. Hanover and Concord.
On the restart, the Panthers trying to center it. Titans trying to get in the way of it, and there's Molly Ducharme trying to make her way out of the deep corner. Benefits from that whistle. Up the sideline, good pass onto the stick of a teammate. Another good pass as the Titans string them together to clear the ball toward midfield. They gained from that whistle as well. And it all started with Molly Ducharme again. She's trying to conserve a little energy there. She walks up to the ball. 3:08 to go in the third quarter. At least 18 minutes of field hockey left to be played. It doesn't look at this moment like we're going to be able to see our first 7-on-7 sudden victory or a sudden death.
Oh, of course, now you just jinxed us.
Oh, boy.
Never fails.
You think so? I mean, you think the Titans are going to score 2? First 2 of the season?
No.
I tell you what, karma dictates they should get at least 1.
That's just it. Remember what Zabolas, what I told you, Zabolas said. You never know in these games. You know, these rivalry games, you don't know. You always, one thing's for sure this week. We'll probably see in one of these sports or a couple of these sports, we'll probably see something we've never seen before.
I'll remember you said that.
Or didn't expect to see.
Uh-huh. Restart for the Panthers with just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And taking her time with it is Isabel DeCanco. Trying to find a teammate up ahead. Instead, as usual, the ball finds its way to Molly Ducharme. Whistle stops her in her tracks. She's going to retrace.
I remember nights when we did this game. It was a lot warmer than this.
Yeah, somewhere hot.
This is an abrupt change.
It's like somebody
from what we had.
Flipped the switch.
Yeah.
The fall switch. There's a whistle.
Going to go back to North.
Yep. And Keegan Dolan's wondering what that was about.
Right.
But knocking it down over the shoulder. Or actually it was called a dangerous hit by South. That's through some traffic to the back line of the Panthers defense. And foot race says it goes out of bounds. It will be Titans ball. Alexa Farrell looking for an open team. Alexa actually number 12. And ball makes its way through it. I think that's Molly Ducharme with it.
Yes, it is.
And she's trying to shovel it through into the slot to get a shot away. Her teammate wins the penalty corner.
A lot of bodies in front. So here's another chance for North.
So I think I can imagine the way you succeeded at penalty corner. You pass it to one person, they pass it to Ovechkin, and he slaps it home.
Yeah, right, exactly.
From the wing.
Now you can't slap it. When you slap it, they're probably called dangerous hit.
Yeah.
Now they're waiting for one.
And now
more
you got to
player.
get to Ovechkin. There's Molly Ducharme. Good stick handle move. She shoots it. It would have counted. It's loose in front.
Whoa, we're waiting.
It's still loose. Who's got it? Oh, just wide.
Man, a lot of pressure.
And just
And
at
just
the
at
buzzer.
the end of the buzzer, right, exactly. What pressure. Wow.
Almost the first goal of the season.
Almost. They can't come any closer.
How cruel. Here's the replay.
Here's the replay. Take a look at all the action right here in front. Look how close it
Off
is.
of the foot of Emily Richards saved it. And it goes wide. How cruel would it have been if they got the
Off a
goal-scoring
defender's
shot
foot.
and the buzzer sounded and,
Yep.
and they didn't beat the buzzer?
Yep.
But that was so close again. And we did see the replay where the shot by Molly Ducharme hit the frame 3 inches to the left. It's the first goal of the season.
Right.
It was a great bid by her back in the first half. Another good bid for North. And the question I still have through, how is this team, they're not that bad offensively.
No.
How do they not have a goal?
I know it.
Against some of the teams they played.
Right here, I'm watching on the delay here, and there's just so much replay again.
The flurry
on the
at the end of the
delay
third
on the
quarter.
monitor here, we have about a 30-second delay. So I'm watching it again. Just couldn't believe they did not score. A lot of pressure.
So even though North has not yet scored this season, and even though South is leading 2-0, can't quite be sure that we won't see something really unusual here in the fourth quarter.
See?
Yep.
You finally drank the Kool-Aid.
Well, you mentioned that sometime this week it might happen. It could happen in the next 15 minutes.
It could.
Yep. And I would be surprised if Molly Ducharme didn't get one of the goals that we're talking about.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. So Keene must have a special girls field hockey team this season.
To
They're
be
7-0.
as good as they are. Ranked.
5 of the teams they've beaten have winning records. One of them was Exeter to begin the season, 3-2, and then Exeter went bananas. They won 7 in a row, beating everybody. The only team that they beat one of the lesser teams, I think Portsmouth, but Keene also beat Londonderry. That's only one game below 500. They're on a roll. Still the regular season. You're thinking maybe the Exeters and Bedfords of the world, or the
we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Winnicotts will come back and
see what happens.
Right.
We'll see how far Girton can get. Bedford strong.
I'm all for those shots, though, that, a little bit higher and a little bit harder than they've let in the past.
Exactly.
I mean, I think they should just let them use both sides of the stick. And
So
I guess this sport goes way back, like hundreds of years.
Yeah, exactly.
But that would dramatically improve the...
just like no offsides would improve
soccer. No offsides in soccer.
See?
I've watched a lot of World Cup and Olympic soccer, and, man, some of the offsides that they would call and take tremendous goals off the board, had nothing to do with the skill. It was all about, exploiting that stupid rule.
I know it. Exactly.
It's a shame.
Trying
right?
to get the trap and everything else.
Yeah, people are all brought up on it. They accept it, but, gee.
Well, a week from today, Bishop Girton will be at Keene. Their only meeting of the year. That will be a big game out Keene way. So, have to see if I can get some help from my man Mike McMahon out in Keene Sentinel, see if he's covering it or not.
We remarked at halftime, Tom, no bands, but great fans. Look how vocal they've been.
Telling you, this is the
numbers.
Biggest crowd these kids have played in front of.
And this is the biggest quarter that the Titans have played all season.
Right.
And you can feel it.
I talked with Lisa Gingras about how this,
That's a good pass.
how the Battle of the Bridges evolved over the last 10 years and the different formats and everything else, and see how this play develops. And she said that, if you remember, John, there were some, and Pete remembers this, I'm sure, there were some Saturdays where we were here for all the games, right? Except football.
Oh,
and
right.
volleyball. We were
Remember
for
that?
field
It was
hockey
like a
and
marathon
two
of
soccer
games.
one day, yeah. Right. Friday and all the rest were Saturday except for volleyball. And although 1 year they did do volleyball on a Saturday. Oh, it's going to go in.
It trickled through everybody.
Yep.
A tricky shot. And it's the third goal of the game for the Panthers, and that may be the dagger. It appeared to be Karina O'Donnell who launched it, and I don't know if anybody deflected it in.
It looked
and
clean.
Got credited a la ice hockey, but here's the replay.
It looked clean.
Karina chops it,
Shot
and
it,
it was
there
clean.
it goes. It rolls right in.
All
clean.
the way through.
All the way through, yep.
Yep. And Maya just couldn't clamp down the 5-hole in time. It went into the net.
Number 5, Karina O'Donnell.
Yep, it's
Assisted by number 8, Wiley Hart.
O'Donnell from Wiley Hart, River Hart's sister.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what an athletic family that is.
He's Mr. Hart is over to our left.
He must be very proud.
Sitting outside, all bundled up.
So out of bounds, and instead of the Titans scoring the third goal of the game and cutting the lead in half, we have a commanding now 3-0 advantage for the Panthers.
So
in the fourth
O'Donnell
quarter.
with a goal and an assist to lead the Panthers.
Yeah, I didn't remember them doing the goal announcements in the first half.
Yep, they did it. They just
did?
announced it just a minute ago.
Oh yeah, but the first half goals.
They did it.
They did it?
Oh yeah, they did.
All right.
Yeah, very loud too.
Wow, I just must have such concentration.
Well,
in here.
the headset. I mean, if you don't really know, I mean, with all the cheering and everything else, you
Right.
might miss it.
In deep.
Plus,
The last fly of the summer season is still.
Oh,
with
there's
us.
a big save
Another
right
save
there.
by Rudolph as it makes its way through traffic.
by Zabolis. I believe that's still Zabolis in goal, right? Yeah, it has to be. I think she's the only
I
goalie.
think so. Double zeros.
Yeah, she's their only goalie.
There is another goalie dressed below us.
Yeah, but that's for South.
Oh yeah, we're talking about
Right.
North. Yeah.
So we're talking about Maya Zabolis.
Right. Goalie's going with bright pink on the South team, and also
Pink
Maya's
on the-
got North too.
Yeah, pink. That's a popular color for goaltenders.
Getting into, I think October is the month where the football teams start.
With the pink laces.
Pink, yeah.
There are pink cleats on it, yep. For breast cancer awareness.
Titans ball. Now really the drama is, can the Titans get that elusive first
That's
goal
the
of
drama
season?
we're looking for, to see if they can get that first score.
Had a lot of chances in this game. Working her way down the field, Alexa Farrell, and finally South takes it away from her with a double team. Teams trading possessions near midfield, and the Panthers come away with it. There's a whistle. Whistles have been thankfully kept to a minimum from what I remember of some matches in the past. I feel like the turf is kind of a must-have too in field hockey. It's probably so
Well,
much
there's
tougher
some
to play.
teams in the area to play on grass.
Really?
Milford does. Merrimack does. It changes.
Yeah.
Right? In other words, you get a turf team, they're going to subtract a goal or two from them on grass. They're going to struggle a little bit on grass.
Just thinking about that play that the running back got injured on. It's just such a shame, you know, right here at
That
Stellos.
Brody Helton.
Brody
And we had it
Helton.
as a hamstring, and after the
Yeah.
game I found out it was a ankle injury. And according to Zach Matthews, the Bedford coach, if it was a must situation, he might have played. He might have been able to play.
He was so gimpy coming off after the first half. I had a hard time understanding how he could have played, but it was an 80-yard touchdown run, and he kind of hot-dogged it a little bit in the last 5 yards, or really ran out of gas, and then turned into a tackle that left him injured down here in the right corner of the end zone.
Yeah, when you have a chase, nothing good can come of it. And here we go now, more pressure now. Let's see if North can take care of this, get some pressure on.
Molly Ducharme decided to pass it back. It was deflected, and off of Molly, they're going to call that a danger hit against the Panthers.
So there's going to be a hit at the top.
And a penalty corner.
Penalty corner coming up.
10:07 to go in the match, and it's a 3-0 South advantage. North would dearly like to get that first goal of the season and not get shut out by their rivals.
Well, the Titans are the one that brought the flag, the fans. Nashua South usually has their Purple Rain flag. So we'll see. See if North can get a goal, and it would just launch a celebration.
There's the centering pass.
Well, that was the way to do it, I think,
Yeah.
was just to drive the ball.
Karina O'Donnell has had a great game,
Yep.
intercepted
Still
that
in a
shot.
dangerous area.
And it's loose. It's
Gonna
not
be
a
another
live ball
corner.
anymore.
Nope, no, not another corner. My bad. Yep.
Yeah.
The south ball as they ditch the masks behind.
That's what that was? All those masks, yeah, they have.
Yep.
in the-
9:08 to play. 3-0 to score at Nashua South, as you see on your screen. The chilly Stellos Stadium. Tomorrow,
Yep.
boys soccer at 4 p.m. Girls soccer to follow approximately at 6. Now, John Collins, here's some good news for you. And for Pete Johnson, too, to be aware of, for time.
Running time, 5 goals.
Not quite.
No, that's not what you mean.
There is no overtime in regular season soccer anymore.
No.
The coaches voted it out. So there is no overtime. And I'll tell you the story. I was covering it, what was a whale of a game. South Merrimack boys last Tuesday on grass at Student Memorial Field at Merrimack High School. South scores with about, 8 minutes to play. And then they put a lot of pressure. Both teams got pressure. Here's some pressure, too, and a nice kick save by Zabolis.
Yeah. Repel that about 10 yards with the kick save.
So South scores, and then both teams put on pressure, and then, the whistle blows, and I'm saying, this is going to be a great overtime. And I tweet out that South and Merrimack are going to OT. Then I see the players
going home.
pick up their bags, and they're meeting it on the field, and I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, wow, you found out the hard way.
Yeah,
there.
well, I asked Tom Bell. I said, what's the deal? No overtime? He goes, no more. I said, oh, you're kidding me. He says, no, the coaches didn't want it. So, which actually helped me out because I had a Hall of Fame meeting to go to. National Athletics Hall of Fame. So, but, by the way, for everybody knows, if you want to nominate somebody who hasn't already been nominated for the National Athletics Hall of Fame, the deadline is a week from Tuesday. The deadline is October 1st. Whenever you see this, whether it's live now or on tape delay, October 1, go to Nashua South Athletics or Nashua North Athletics website and go to the Hall of Fame page and you'll see the forms.
South setting up what would be their 4th goal. And a shot goes off of a South offensive player's leg.
So what are the odds now for North's first goal, John?
Oh, boy. It's probably plus, you'd probably bet 1 to win $100, something like that. 1,000 to 1. Because of the time. 6:20 to go, and the ball's in their own end. Tom, is there anybody that should be in the National Hall of Fame that isn't yet, that you know of, or you would like to name?
There's a little bit of a movement for Al Harrington, the former athletic director. There's been that movement, and I imagine he's been nominated. I'm sure there'll be some discussion there. There's still a bunch of athletes that are out there, but I mean, this is going to be a repeated cycle every 2 years, so. There'll be.
Is that what it is? 2 years?
Yeah. There'll be players that'll be. And they have to. It's got to be 5 years since they've been, graduated and everything else.
Panthers takeaway here, and Molly Ducharme trying to collect it. Stalemate there, just at midfield with number 2.
And I actually didn't vote the last cycle
Isabel
because I had to cover a game, a non-Nashua game. It was actually a field hockey game 2 years ago.
That is dedication.
Yeah. So I had to miss the meeting.
Oh.
And then the next day I came down with COVID. How's that?
Wow. That sounds like a very frustrating.
Very frustrating week.
Was that in the middle of everything, the pandemic, or near the end? It was near the end, right?
2022.
Yeah. You tried your best to avoid getting it. I know that.
Well, you told me. You said you don't deserve to get it. I know.
I did.
I know. Yep.
Followed all the rules, precautions. It's still around, too.
It sure is. In fact, I have to schedule a vaccine appointment or just walk in and
affected our
try to get another shot. I have to
Inspectional
update.
Services Department at the
Pete
fire
Johnson
department.
beat me to it. He already got his.
Centering pass.
This is
through
going to be
trickling.
close. Is this it? No,
North
not
getting
yet.
a stick on it. Oh, the
Not
sense
yet.
of urgency. Up it a little bit.
4:06
Molly
to
Ducharme with a
play.
nice hand-eye coordination stop there. They're going to whistle it down, though. She took it right out of the air. I thought that was a legal play.
Well, where was the
Yeah.
stick? That's the thing.
Her stick was about, when she knocked it down, was about knee-high.
Yep.
Good stop there by the Titans. Lauren O'Neill, number 15, but the Panthers able to counter. On the restart, what do we have? Panthers, Keegan Dolan. She's got one of the 3 goals. So she shovels it on ahead of her in the near corner. Good job of turning
look at
around
that
and centering
pass.
it.
Wow, great pass.
And a shot. Maya got the save there.
I don't think it
Zabonis
reached. Did it reach? I don't think it did. Not sure.
Maybe right. It was an illusion there. She was kicking
She
towards
had
the
3
right,
defenders.
but
in
one of the defenders
front.
probably cleared it.
Yep.
And it's not the 4th goal of the game for the Panthers. Under 3 minutes to go.
Play. Under 3 to go.
Yeah.
And I believe there'll be a JV game right after this.
Oh. So keep going.
Yeah.
In the corner, centering
I
pass.
think if there are enough, I don't know. No, actually, there may not be. I don't know if there's a North JV team.
And a kick. Who's this against?
Yeah, I don't see any extra players, so probably not.
Penalty corner for South.
Probably not a JV game.
2:20. Clock continues to roll as they set this up. 60 minutes of field hockey nearing an end here. Just 2 minutes remain. South just trying to adjust the final score, maybe more in their favor as they lead 3-0 with a penalty corner still to come. As we resume, South's next game will be here against Merrimack.
Whoa,
there's a
nice
save.
by Zabolis.
And another one
Oh,
goes.
it goes
It
in.
found its way all the way through traffic. And I believe it was Isabel Pakanko that got it, number 2, as her teammates are celebrating.
Number 14, Keegan Dolan.
Yep, Keegan Dolan gets credit.
They gave it to Keegan Dolan, and let's see.
2, Isabel.
Yep, Isabel had this assist.
Oh, you're right. She did get the assist.
Yep, there
and
it
it was
is.
Keegan
Yep,
Dolan with her
exactly.
second. That's being a good teammate. They were celebrating the assist more than the goal scorer, and Keegan Dolan was joining in it with Isabel Pakanko, who's class of 2027. So 1:47 to go, and the timeout. The only timeout of the game that was called is called by, believe, North.
Probably North, yep. Trying to set it up so they can possibly get 1 goal.
Yeah. Do they pull goalies in field hockey ever?
No, I don't think so.
Haven't seen it. South's next game will be here against Merrimack in 2 days.
Wednesday. Usually field hockey
Wednesday
is
at
a
4
Monday,
o'clock.
Wednesday, Friday thing.
Yeah. North, meanwhile, will be hosting Bedford here on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, the 28th. So their schedule doesn't get any easier against the Bedford Sports Machine, who's lost 1 game, the girls' field hockey game at Bedford, and you probably can guess against who. Keene,
Against Keene.
3-0.
Yeah.
That's decisive.
Keene's
for
not
Keene.
taking many prisoners.
Wow,
are they?
whatever they've got going there between the
Right.
players and the coaches, they've got a good thing going so far early in the season.
Be a big challenge for Girton to go out there and try to win a game. And I
Yeah.
believe they play on grass. If they use Alumni Field, they'll play on grass.
So last year's girls field hockey champion in Division I was Dover, the 3 seed, beating Wyndham.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise. See Dover climb through the ranks. So in field hockey, it's you got some teams that are coming up and coming.
Exeter won in 21 and 22, Wyndham in 19 and 20, Winnicott won in 2018. So those are perennial powers.
It is
in
about
girls field
5.
hockey.
Yeah, about 5 teams you can count on every year being
Good.
keys.
So 1.5 minutes to go. Titans desperately trying to get at least one more shot on goal if they can. But the whistle benefits the Panthers, who have 4 goals scored. 2 in the first half, 2 here in the second.
Ooh, remember that play? That ball went right under a stick, and now North has to be able to retrieve it. This could happen.
Trying to shovel it
That's
toward
it.
the front.
Gives them a possession.
Molly Duchamp got a hold of it, but the shot
There's
went to the
another
left.
one. Oh, and the pass goes through.
Molly's centering pass shot defended well. 45
They've got to find
seconds.
an open player.
Molly trying to get it through, and she does get it through to one teammate. The whistle, and this last penalty corner
It's
is
going to happen.
going to be the last play of the game. And Titans will have to hustle. I don't know if they realize it. They have to look at the clock and realize it, but that clock is rapidly ticking. Actually, it doesn't have to end on this. I think that I read in the rules it's up to the discretion of the ref.
Right.
They can have a untimed
I've seen untimed penalty corners before. Yeah.
But they will get it in. They will
Yep.
get it in 15 seconds on the restart. Penalty corner, 10 seconds. And it's rolled to the middle.
Here's the
Molly's got to
shot.
get the shot away. And
Not
they
enough
cannot.
time.
So congratulations to Nashua High South girls field hockey as they have the win in the opening salvo, the Battle of the Bridge, 4-0.
All right, John Collins, we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Tom King. For Pete Johnson and our cameraman Dylan Smith, I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching. More Battle of the Bridge action will ensue in Battle of the Bridge week. Thank you for watching Nashua ETV.
North 0.
And the Battle of the Bridge score is 1-0.